Shangri-La Robinson is copied into my brain since this lovely, splendid young lady demise actually is unavenged months have passed by and Shanquella's destruction is he needed to arrive at a closed examination fans. Loved ones have battled to recover reality, and presently an internet-based columnist Nancy Beauty and Shankwell's legal advisor might have uncovered subtleties that can save the homicide case. Continue to watch to know more. The group of killed North Carolina lady, Shanquella Robinson, has been pushing for answers encompassing her 2022 obligation, and in any event, approaching the White House to make a move, and this time it's significant business. As it has been recently detailed, Shankwell had kicked the bucket on October 29, 2022, a day subsequent to venturing out to Cabo, with 6 companions. Clashing reports of how she kicked the bucket twirl around the case from police records a passing declaration, and the tales led by Robinson's companions, who have since stayed away from requests by the media to recount to their accounts, well as per Shanquella's relative, the Lake Six, guaranteed that she passed on from liquor harming. Yet neither police records nor the demise testament notice that the police report referenced anyway that a specialist who answered the gathering's excursion manner said she seemed smashed. Tragically, Shanquella died within the sight of the specialist who had been on the scene for around 3 hours, and the demise endorsement expressed she passed on from a serious spinal string injury, and mapbook luxation recommending her most memorable vertebra became unattached from her skull, which implies the case about liquor harming was a gigantic untruth, and the Cabo prevailed to be secured other than the state head legal officer's office of Bangkok, California, sir, recently said they are researching Shanquella's death as femicide, yet in Mexico, as per CNN, female manslaughters are at first recorded as femicide, albeit not all female crimes are orientation propelled wrongdoings. His decision was anyway drawn when a viral video of the night being referred to shows a lady who was essential for the gathering that went together to Mexico, pulsating Shanquella in a lodging. Somebody behind the scenes is heard telling Quella to basically retaliate. Now lawyers Ben Crump and Sue Ed Robinson have sent a letter to President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken requiring the White House to make a move in Robinson's passing. Government charges are acquired situations where the wrongdoing includes highway trade or bureaucratic policing. The letter peruses, we know, in a transnational situation where proof was conceivably shipped and people of revenue spoke with one another via wireless. Administrative charges could be brought against those answerable for Shanquella's passing. Furthermore, the lawyers for her mom, Lizard Robinson, urged the U.S. to remove Shanquella's executioner to Mexico, or for the U.S. takes purview of the case. The mother of Shanquella Robinson and her attorney have uncovered new data about her obligation to legitimate intellectual Nancy Elegance as her family and allies called for specialists to execute a capture warrant for the situation, and attempting to get equity and trusting that individuals with more power can step in and accomplish something. Shanquella's mom, Lizard Robinson, said on a Wrongdoing Stories episode with Nancy effortlessness. What drove you to need this letter shipped off the White House? Attempting to get a few equity and trusting that individuals with all the more. Likewise, in an 18-page stack of info given to U.S. authorities in spring, Mexican specialists distinguished Jane Jackson as one of the ones who ventured out to Mexico with Shanquella. She was recorded as the culprit who was discovered on video thumping the casualty in a lodging, besides the fact that we have them on video. Yet the in-workers guided police to the enrollment effortlessness expressed. And there's every one of their names and their addresses, and their visa numbers, everything. In any case, allies have brought up issues about the underlying therapy of the examination and compelled specialists to make a move against her 6 sidekicks, who were missing for in excess of a 2-hour vet, despite the fact that she confided in them enough to go a large number of miles to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and offer a manner with them. As a matter of fact, basically, everybody needs the hashtag Cabo6 to approach and face the fury of the law. And this isn't shocking, particularly a direct result of how deceptive and dubious the Cabo Six was a long time after Shanquell is passing her folks Lizard Robinson and Bernard Robinson. Found that her partners in crime lied about Shanquell is passing they told the Robin since their 25-year-old father, or passed on from liquor, harming her alleged closest companion. Connie Cook, one of the voyagers in the gathering, carried Shanquell's baggage and different possessions to the family's home, and gone through each day consoling them the gathering selected garments for the memorial service they intended to join in yet, with a passing authentication that shows Shanquella passed on from a wrecked spinal rope and neck showed up they vanished. Salamandra said, and truly that is off-putting, yet not long after Lizard got a video of another lady thrashing Shanquella with a progression of blows at her head scratch and different pieces of her body, while her others held on and watched and recorded the assault on their cells. Salamandra said the recording made her wiped out to her stomach. She accepts her little girl was pulsated to death she wasn't in any event. Retaliating, they went after Salamandra said in a new digital broadcast with Beautywell, the Mexican specialists, have given a capture warrant for femicide murder against a lady in view of her orientation, and the Charlotte FBI field office has additionally opened an examination concerning Shanquell's passing the casualty's family. Said specialists have been quiet about the warrant subtleties and the examination status, yet authorities say they should remove the suspect recorded on the warrants so they can confront indictment in Mexico. In the meantime, Shanquell's folks maintain that everybody in the gathering should have to deal with penalties for what they did. The family is as yet lamenting from the stunning loss of the youthful business visionary and business understudy and questions why specialists are taking such a long time to make a capture this hurt to the courts, said Bernard Robinson. She was my lone kid. She had so much going for herself. Some at the convention addressed if the lady's hard of hearing examination could have been taken care of uniquely, in contrast to the start on the off chance that she was another race. The story collected a worldwide spotlight after her mom approached and dark Twitter kept it alive to retweets remarks, and hashtags the occasion drew people, group pioneers, activists, and other concerned local area individuals. I'm here to carry encouraging statements to the Robinson family and to the local area of Charlotte. I will be straightforward. This is intense. This is hard. Charlotte City Councilman Braxton Winston told Faye the number of uplifting statements that could you at any point get what is going on this way, despite the fact that subtleties of the lady's passing are as yet problematic. A police report shows that clinical faculty took care of the person for a really long time before she kicked the bucket. Conversely, her demise declaration shows she passed on promptly after her wounds, who then, at that point, is saying reality. Salamandra, however much people in general, is as yet attempting to sort out the subtleties, yet she affirms a portion of the occasions, paving the way to her little girl's passing during a new meeting with Beauty the mother, said the lady in the viral video beating on Shanquella is DJ Jackson, who many thought from the very start. Salamandra likewise uncovered that the video of the battle, which cemented her doubts about Shanquell's reason for death, was flowing before her girl passed on. Somebody called me and told me before they even showed up back to Charlotte, North Carolina, that they were around there battling her. So I didn't have any idea how genuine it was. Salamandra informed effortlessness. The mother said somebody at last posted it on Facebook, and a companion saw it and sent it to her. At that point, Shanquell's companions had previously gotten back to North Carolina, no less than 2 days after her auntie 29 passings. So after they got back in, Shanquella had passed. The video had surfaced on Facebook, and somebody sent it to my family. She said Salamandra additionally uncovered that her little girl liked to rest bare and presumably was dozing just before the assault. In the viral video, she was a decent kid and had an extraordinary heart, and she didn't merit being dealt with. Appreciate that, the mother said. Miss Robinson, it's never John David, my child, is my girl Lucy. She's the one that generally feels debilitated at school and conceded I would agree that around 50 of the time it's actual, yet the second I see her name spring up on my telephone. It doesn't matter at all to me where I am on the off chance that I'm in the studio. I can't my entire heart is in that frame of mind. Until I can get to her, how about we find out what the fans think the fan composed? Thank you, Nancy Elegance, for your constant strain on the battle for equity and keeping Shanquella Robinson's story discerning at Nancy Elegance hashtag. Shanquella Robinson hashtag Cabo61 more fan argued at Nancy Elegance. I just figured out this wrongdoing can be indicted here in the U.S. Somebody necessities to assist the mother. With getting this going, 7 individuals went down to Mexico, 6 returned if it's not too much trouble. Help this individual of color. Obviously, everybody is sitting tight for answers in regards to Shanquella's demise. And all the more critically equity should be served stay associated while we bring greater diversion.